The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Hi, I'm Mark Valentino and inviting each and every one of you to watch Simply Now on Talk Live channel.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I
Endings are sometimes beautiful too. And maybe endings happen so we can learn to let go. We can learn to accept the reality that not everything lasts forever. And holding on to the things that we lost can do us no good. Or maybe because they have served their purpose in our journey in this lifetime. And we're meant for something else, something better. Good evening. My name is Mao Tolentino and welcome to the season 3, episode 2 of Simply Mal, a Talk Live channel. Hello, everybody. Watch out for Simply Mal on Talk Live channel. Tonight, we will celebrate endings with my very special guest, founder of Legacy of Kindness Foundation, the president of John 1414 Book Publishing Center, an author, a trainer, and a speaker. Friends, help me welcome Mr. Jonas Dupo. Hello, Jonas.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello. Oh my gosh, I disappeared and then I came back. At least this time, yeah, I did not lose it. Isang mapagpalang araw po sa inyong lahat. Good evening, everyone. I hope and pray that you will be inspired today. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Mal, for having me here. My heart is
It will
full.
always be my pleasure, Jonas, to be with you and to speak with you and to show your story, share your story to the viewers, to everybody all over the globe. By the way, I would like to say hello and good evening, good morning, good afternoon to each and every one of us who is watching us, not just in the Philippines but all over the world. So maraming salamat po. And Jonas, could you please greet your fans, your followers,
Wow.
supporters.
Yes, I have so many fans. I have three fans watching right now. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. I pray that you will be blessed today. And I know that it is not an accident that you are all here. Maybe God really planned that you are here listening right now. And a blessed day, everyone. Blessed day, everyone.
Okay.
Sending the love to everybody.
All right, thank you, Jonas. Ayan, so at least may tatlo kang fans, no?
Well,
All right, so let's begin, Jonas. Everybody's asking about you. You know,
ooh,
they are very curious. Who is this Jonas Dupo? Now, tell us
mm,
your story, Jonas. Who is
okay.
Jonas Dupo?
Yeah, Jonas Dupo is a registered nurse who was born and raised in Palanan, Isabela. Isabela lived a very simple and humble life. I was born and raised in and exposed in poverty at an early age. But I embraced education and I was able to graduate with my nursing degree with honors. And of course, I topped the licensure examination, one of the top notchers in Cagayan Valley in the 2009 nursing licensure examination, and worked in Oman for almost 6 years as RFW, as Director of Nursing Research. But after that, I discovered my passion and my purpose in life, which is to write books and, of course, to speak to inspire. I pivoted from being a nurse to becoming a full time motivational speaker and, of course, an international book writing coach, helping
Wow.
every person who wants to become a published author. That's one of my
Yeah.
missions in life.
Or that is overwhelming, from a registered nurse to something like big, like an author and a publisher, and not just
Yeah.
like ordinary author. You've been like doing this for how many years already, Jonas?
For almost 2 years,
Two
since I went
years.
full time. Since I went full time,
Okay.
but I started doing it when I'm still doing my full time job. I think this is one already a piece of advice to anyone listening right now, that you can actually start pursuing your passion while you are still, because sometimes we need our employment. We need to save. And before you dive into becoming full time with what you want. So, but since 2016, I'm already writing books and also creating my presence in social media, but only in
Yeah.
2019 that I went full time.
Yeah, I agree to that. And there is no really big or small dreams for as long as you wanted to pursue it and put everything on it, right? You have to, get your passion and then take that grit and then go for it just like Jonas did. So anyway, thank you for that very wonderful intro of you, Jonas. And tonight we're gonna talk about endings.
I
If you
Oh
Yeah,
my
if you've
gosh.
noticed, yeah, I know. Celebrate endings because it precedes new beginning. All right. So this is not a coincidence, as you said, Jonas, right?
Yeah.
This has nothing to do about your, I've been following you in Facebook and you have some hugot and all.
Uy.
So it is nothing to do. Parang siguro pinagtagpo lang tong topic na to because I've been thinking about this topic and I was really praying for someone who will be the best person for this topic. And I keep hearing your name. So there you go.
Wow.
All right. So, Jana, since that is the topic for tonight, I would like to get your insights on what do you think about ending?
I love endings. Before I despise endings. Like I don't like it. It hurt me a lot. It crippled me. It brought me to depression and suicidal ideation. But looking back, I'm so grateful that those things ended in my life because I'm trying to insist something that God didn't like, that I want, that I like.
Mhm.
That I
Okay.
like in my own thinking, in my mind. I want to do it. I want to have it. I want to go to Canada. I want to marry my girlfriend. I want to work as an instructor,
All
for
right, I'm
example.
gonna stop you there for a minute. Okay. All right, this is getting interesting. You've mentioned a lot of, statement there. You've mentioned a lot of events. Now let's do it one by one. Okay. Now you've mentioned that you hate endings
Hmm.
for the time being,
Yeah.
right? Because it gives you like depression. It allows you to be broken, right?
Hmm.
What is that specific ending that gives you that kind of feeling?
Yeah, the most common is in my relationship. I actually expected that I marry my girlfriend in year 2018, but she ended marrying another one, someone else who is very near, yes, by vicinity, by area. And then she was working in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and I was
Mhm.
working in the Sultanate of Oman, and I already planning, but we had a big fight. And but I am also responsible. It's just that I expected too much, and I
Mhm.
believed too much that we will end together. But we
Okay.
ended not being together. It's
Okay.
painful. It's painful. The
Yeah.
shame, the expectation, and for all my life, for 7 years or 10 years maybe, like I only want to marry her. I just want her.
Okay.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
it's
And
painful.
you know what is that best thing that I wanted from you right now? You are able to share that story, that painful story, in a very lighter moment. Because I can see that you have moved on, right? So
Of course.
for everybody watching out there, if you are like somehow brokenhearted tonight, you take a look at Jonas. He expected too much, he said, right? But when God doesn't give what he really wanted, because he really wanted to marry the girlfriend, but God did not, no, did not give it to him. So what happened is that Jonas just accepted it, and then he moved on. So what is the lesson of that story? The story of
Wow.
ending about Jonas,
Wow. Yes,
diba?
I always believe. I learned, yeah.
Oh,
I learned from that experience that God is so good. God really loves us because he can
mm-hmm.
remove something that's really not meant for us. Because I believe that if it did happen, I don't know if I am where I am right now. Because I actually used the hurt to motivate me to move forward, to motivate me to work hard, and of course to have that comeback. And
Mm-hmm.
that pain alone motivated me, molded me to become who I am today. I believe that my biggest blessings, our biggest blessings, will come from our biggest disappointments. So don't despise ending, don't despise closed doors or even unanswered prayers, because I
Exactly.
believe,
Yeah,
yes, that there are
exactly.
blessings behind that.
Exactly the point. So never despise endings. Now, going back to the endings, because that is only a bit of his story. No? Hindi pa tayo dito, hindi pa to nagsisimula. Sabi nga natin. So we are just on the tip of the iceberg, di ba, Jonah? So
Mm-hmm.
with regard to relationship, if you are ending a relationship, never think of that as what? As a distraction to you. Maybe somehow, yes, nadadaan ka dun eh, dadaan ka sa iiyak ka, dadaan ka sa masasaktan ka. But I always say this, Jonas, di ba? Daanan lang natin yon pero wag nating tambayan.
Wow,
Right?
perfect. I love that.
Kailangan daanan mo for you to be able to be stronger, for you to be able
Yeah,
to be independent, for you to be able to see that God has a perfect plan for you. And if it's not
beautiful.
God's will, then it will never happen. So you have to accept that.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Now, Jonas, you've mentioned a while ago that also you had failures about going into another country. Di ba? Ang dami mong pinagdaanan, no? Pumapasa ka ng exam as far as I know, because I was able to read your book, and that book is really very amazing. You can promote that in a while. And parang isang point na lang, di ba? Okay ka na, papunta ka na doon. So what happened? Can you tell us about that ending?
Yeah, I want to apply in Canada because as a permanent resident, one of my dreams, and I have so many friends supporting me also as resident in Canada. So I took the exam, the IELTS examination. I need 8777, but that's the score that
Mhm.
they required, and I'm point 0.5 away from getting 7 in my writing. That time, I'm already writing my first book, and I want to become a published author, but I kept on failing in my writing exam. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but 6 times. I
Oh
mean,
my
you
God.
see the tenacity, the persistent in
Yeah.
there. But my sixth take, I told God, if I will not hit the required score, I'll go home in the Philippines. I'll pursue my passion full time as a speaker, as a motivational speaker and author. And that closed door, that ending, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's mind blowing what happened after that. When I decided
Mhm.
to go home and cancel my application, so beautiful. I'm living with my
Mhm.
family during the pandemic. I trained 300 plus authors, and I
Wow.
built my own house, and
You
I'm
did.
living my life to the fullest now, as
All
in
right.
living my dreams. That's the blessing of that dream going to Canada that was canceled.
Yeah. See, that's how endings turn into what? New beginning. Yun yung sinasabi natin. No? When something is ended, never forget that there is something bigger than what you wanted. Kasi sometimes, di ba, Jonas, tayo kasi as a human, we tend to like, kasi yun ang gusto ko eh. Di ba? Parang ako, gusto ko yun. Yun ang gusto kong gawin, gusto ko tong puntahan lahat ay, no? I. And parang nakakalimutan natin na actually our future is already there. 'Di ba? All we have to do is just acknowledge that God is with us. 'Di ba? Kailangan kasi ina-acknowledge natin yun eh. And when we
Amen.
keep on fighting that ending, hindi mangyayari yun. Hindi mangyayari na makita mo yung purpose natin, di ba? Katulad nga ng
Exactly.
sinabi ni Jonas kanina, after that ending, after he decided to go home, kasi wala namang nangyayari sa kanya sa Canada, di ba? Parang 1 point, like 1.5 points. Di ba? Ano ba naman yung hindi ka ipasa? Di ba? For 6 times and you are a writer, parang
Yes.
asakit sa ego niyan eh, di ba? But when he decided to go home and pursue his career here in the Philippines, what happened? He became successful. And look at him now. He is the president of John 1414 Publishing Company. And a lot of authors have been blessed already. And one of those authors is my husband, Ariel Valentino.
Wow. And Sir Leo. Shout
Yeah,
out
and
kay President Leo.
yeah, si Renzo ng Talk Live channel, of course. He will be launching his book soon on the 28th. And then, of course, my daughter, also
Wow.
working with, hand in hand with Jonas. Ayan. So,
Amen.
ang daming blessings ng endings. Kaya, ang sabi natin, celebrate endings because it precedes new beginning. And before we move on, Jonas, let's see the comments. Kasi ang daming nagko-comment about ending. So, basahin natin itong mga to isa-isa. So, isa-isayin natin to, Angel. Okay, good evening, Coach Mao. Sabi ni Coach Loretta, ayan. Okay, good evening sa iyo, Coach Loretta. I'm not be able to see you in Davao because I'm not gonna join Ariel and Tita Lynn and Tito Ed Urbano, but I'll see you soon, no? I promise you that. And then, sabi niya, yung sa book ni Ariel, inspiring book, yung Mr. Significant, yung Significant Living. Thank you, Coach. And of course, my son, Miguel. Miguel, thank you so much. Good evening sa'yo. And ito yung number one, fan mo. Di ba tatlo yung fan mo? Siya yung number one. Okay, Ariel Tolentino. Woo! Hello, Mentor Jonas, my idol. Welcome
Idol ko
to
yan. Baliktad.
Simply Now. Ayan. So, yan yung number one mo. And then,
I miss
what
you.
else? Si Albert Ehe. Good evening, Albert. Watching mula dito sa aking kwarto sa Bacoor, Cavite. Hello. Talagang sinabi niya pa kung nasaan siya. Okay. Chillax ka lang dyan, Albert. Julius Martinez. Hello, Julius. A blessed evening to everyone, Mamaw and Coach Jonas watching from Ross. Isabella, magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga taga Isabela, lahat ng mga
Yes.
taga Cagayan.
Wow.
Good
Wow.
evening to all of you and I hope that we can see each other soon, very, very soon. Diba, Jonas? And then, watching from Saudi, hello, Melanie. Thank you for watching. Ayan said, si Coach said, God bless everyone, TLC members and viewers. Ma'am, Mao, and Sir Jonas, Shalom Alaikum. Tama ba ko? Alikem. Okay, Shalom sa'yo, said, Coach said. Brother Ryan, hello. Magandang evening, Coach Mal, and to your guest.
Good
Thank
evening
you.
po.
And Coach Loretta, wow, mainstay na yata si Jonas at TLC. Welcome
Huwag kayo
home.
magsawa,
Oo. Oo, susunod may bayad na siya. Good evening po. Woo! Idol Coach ko yan, watching from Lasam, Cagayan.
Idol ko din yan.
Yeah, thank you for watching TLC and for being supportive to our book author, Jonas. Ariel Tolentino, ang sabi niya
Mm.
dito, I admire your admission of your vulnerability.
Parehas lang tayo.
Love you, mentor Jonas. Sabi ko sa'yo, number one fan mo siya.
Mas
Hanapin
maraming
natin,
vulnerability yung book niya.
oo. Hanapin natin yung number two. God is good, sabi ni Lems Marcos. Hello, hello there, Lems.
Mga
Okay.
fans natin. Mhm.
And then, of course, Tita Lynn Urbano. Good evening, Coach Mao. And to you, dashing guest.
Yan na yung
Wow!
number two na fans talaga,
Ayan
na
ang number
fan.
two mo. Dahil
Mm-mm.
sa dashing. Oo, yan. Number two mo yan.
Thank you
Okay.
po sa, wow, I love that.
Ayan. So, maraming maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And then, going back to celebrate endings because it precedes no beginning. Now, Jonas, since the topic is about ending and beginning, can you please tell us or your insights, your thoughts about having that glimpse of an ending, and then at the same time it gives you a glimpse of a beginning aside from the
Ah,
story that you have mentioned a while ago.
yeah, I love that. For me, ha, I do not want to cancel your emotion or your opportunity or your time to heal, to cry. It's not that we celebrate endings. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have the right to cry or to feel sad. Of course, you are a human being. You will be sad, but always remember, I'm not telling everyone that don't be sad, don't cry. Of course you can cry, but realize that there are better things that will come your way. I had a lot of even small, like very little experiences that my prayers were not answered, and I always remind myself I'm at peace. I'm hurt, but inside I'm at peace because I know that God moves, in mysterious ways. That's what I believe. My, God's thoughts is always higher than mine, are always higher than mine. And I started to trust the Lord. Everything is okay. It's will of God. It did not manifest, or it did not come true. And I always declare this mantra or recite this mantra. It's not God's will. So for me, endings, it's part of God's divine purpose. Like Steve Jobs said before, you cannot connect the dots by looking forward. You can only connect the dots by looking backward. So
Yeah.
it ended, but realize that soon enough that ending will connect you to something amazing, something great
Mhm.
in your life. So there are
Wow.
blessings behind endings and closed doors.
Okay, I love that. I love that statement, Jonas. When you said that there is that blessing or there are blessings behind closed doors or endings. So remember that to all of you who are watching right now. So if you think that you are not worthy, if you feel that you are on your like downfall, 'di ba? Yung
Mm-mm.
nandun ka na sa feeling mo na anong tawag dun sa Tagalog? It's lugmok, 'di ba?
Yeah.
If you feel that way, then look at the story of Jonas. I know that you haven't heard this story yet, that he's been rejected many times. He's been into like downfall many times, diba? Having that relationship and then expecting that you will marry someone is really something. Diba? Masakit yun. No? It's really hurting. And you know what? From that point of view of Jonas, moving on, and then he can tell that story with with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there's that yung Holy Spirit within him because he was able to accept that it is not God's will. Therefore, I'm not gonna do it. Okay? And then he also said, I love this statement as well, na huwag kang mahiyang umiyak. You just go on.
Yeah.
Cry it over, di ba, Jonas? Or if you want to
Mm-mm.
shout, then shout it over,
Mm.
di ba? Shout it to someone else. And then after
Acknowledge your emotion. Yeah. Mm-mm.
acknowledge your emotions. Exactly. You have to acknowledge your failures, your emotions,
Mm-mm.
every
Mm-mm.
negativity in your life. Why? Kasi by acknowledging that, meaning you are throwing it all away. Di ba,
Amen.
binabato mo siya, inaalis mo, binabato mo, and then at the end of the
Amen.
day, ikaw yung magiging masaya. Ikaw yung magiging reborn. Di ba yung sinasabi natin? Okay. Now, thank you so much, Jonas, for those very positive statements. And I hope that our viewers are having so much fun and they are
Yeah.
inspired of your story. Now, I know that we've been into pandemic for like 2 years already, right? But I want to know, I want you to share to the viewers what is the best thing that happened to you this year? Or let's say, not just this year, because this is just January, right? What is the best thing that happened to you in 2 years, in
Oh my
2020,
gosh. Oh
2021?
my gosh. In my entire life, I had my biggest revenue during the pandemic. Like, I don't
Wow.
celebrate the misfortune of other people.
Yes.
Pandemic, I was building my dreams. I was building my house. I'm building connection. I'm building network. Pandemic, everyone else is afraid. Everyone else, is crying, and they had a lot of closed doors. My closed door during the pandemic is that I expected too much. When I started in February 2020, I already closed a lot of deals with different schools for recollection and training and seminars. So I was already trying to compute the money that I could earn in April 2020. And then the
Wow.
pandemic came. March
Okay.
2020. I cried for a week maybe or two, and I questioned again the Lord, but I realized after reflection that maybe there is a purpose, there's really a purpose. And it's really true. I mean, I was able to build my social media presence and connect and reach out to a lot of people, not only in the Philippines, but also
Mm-hmm.
globally. Because if pandemic did not happen, like, and I just accepted my fate and resigned from my dreams, maybe from my goals in life, I don't know if it happened. But I'm so grateful. See, Doc Melanie Riboldera here, I was able to connect with her. She's working in Saudi Arabia as a clinical instructor, became my student. I don't know if I will pursue the online thing if
Mm-hmm.
pandemic did not happen. I'm seeing a different lens, ha. I don't celebrate misfortune of other people, family members dying or getting sick and losing their job. I don't celebrate that. That's a different story. But for me, I'm taking the time to look on the brighter side of this pandemic. That my biggest revenue in my entire life, even when I was working already in Oman, I actually earned during the pandemic season.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's a big blessing from the Lord.
Mhm. Yes. Again, big blessing from the Lord. If you will notice, Jonas is keep on acknowledging the God, di ba? Hindi siya
Amen.
nawawalan ng statement without acknowledgement to the Lord. Kasi why? Because that is the first and the best thing that we can do. Di ba? Sabi ko
Mm-hmm.
nga, Jonas, lagi ko itong nire-remind sa mga viewers natin that in every adversity, there is an opportunity. It really
Wow.
depends on how we take it. It really
Like what
depends.
happened to me. Yeah.
Yes,
Opportunity.
and how are you gonna celebrate it? Sabi nga niya, hindi natin sineselebrate ang misfortune ng ibang tao, but we are here to inspire you that
Mm-mm.
behind misfortunes, there are positivity, there are great things bigger than the misfortune. Diba?
Yeah.
Just take the example of Jonas Dupo. 'Di ba? Hindi naman niya alam na ganito siya magiging kalaki, 'di ba? Pero ano ba yung ginagawa niya? Kasi number one, he is acknowledging that it is not his own strength.
Yeah.
'Di ba? He is acknowledging that God is with him. That God's plan is the best plan of all. So kung lagi mong sinasabi sa sarili mo na mahina ka, lagi mong sinasabi sa sarili mo na hindi mo kaya, lagi mong sinasabi sa sarili mo na ayaw mo na, 'di ba? Titigil ka na, then that will happen.
Will
Because why?
manifest.
Yeah, it will manifest. Eh. Gagawin mo talaga siya. Eh. But if you keep on falling, if you keep on standing again, 'di ba? And alam mo kung saan yung patutunguhan mo, then hindi ka
Wow.
matitinag, 'di ba?
Amen.
You will never fail. You will never fail. And
Wow.
I chose Jonas to be my guest tonight, not coincidentally, because I believe that he is the best example of a person who's been rejected a lot, who's been through a lot of ending, but look at him now. Diba? He's
Amen.
so successful. He's very happy. He's very well spirited, high in spirit, because God is with him. All right.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much, Jonas, for that. Alam mo, sobrang daming nai-inspire sa iyo ngayon. And I'm happy that you are in my show. Okay. Now, talking about the best thing that happened to you this year, I mean, last 2 years, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Nakaka-inspire talaga yun. And we know Jonas Dupo as an author. He is a trainer. He is a speaker. And then he also the CEO and president of John 1414 Publishing. What is the most important thing that we should know about you? Just
Ah,
one thing, di ba?
the
Just one.
most important thing, I want to have more to bless more. I'm the kind of person who work really hard, not only for myself, but I'm thinking big for my
Okay.
community. It's
So
about
when So
sharing.
when we heard the name Jonas, we will think of something. Ah, si Jonas, he is a blessing to me. Like
Yeah,
that. Is
yeah.
that what you're trying to say?
Mm-mm-mm. And because I am blessed, I am blessing the world.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a slow clap.
Yes. So, no,
Okay,
because
thank you.
now no other people are thinking, oh, they are working so hard about to have more, to earn
Mhm.
more, to have money, to have fame whatsoever. No, the end of it is to really help. I want to have
Yeah.
more so that I can bless people. That's it. Nothing more,
Kasi yun
nothing
yung
less.
tinatawag natin na na emptying your cup. Para mas maraming pag-blessing na
Mm,
pumasok. You have to bless
yeah.
others as well. Di ba? Huwag mo siyang i-keep sa sarili mo. You have to share it.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely awesome. Now, what is your defining moment, Jonas?
Defining moment. Actually, I had a lot, but when I see some indigenous peoples, whenever I visit a community and I see their faces and I see their struggles, that's my defining moment. It's actually reminding me that, hey, you need to do something. Jonas, you need to do something. I already accepted not only myself, my life, and my family and relatives as my responsibility, but I accepted that I have a bigger responsibility for not only in the Philippines, but for the whole world. That's it. It's sound cheesy, but defining moment with the sense that I need to work hard, I need to do something to help other people. If
Wow.
you will see me working hard, if you will see me like grinding every day, doing a lot of things, it's not only for myself. I'm thinking big. I'm thinking about my community and I'm thinking about the people that I can help.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is Jonas Dupo. I believe no, yan yung important thing that we should know about you. You have a big heart.
Amen.
When we heard the name Jonas, agad ang papasok sa isip ko, ang papasok sa puso ko, oh, he has a big heart. Why? Because
Amen.
he keep on thinking about other people instead of
Yeah.
himself. Kasi parang panghuli ka na eh. Yun yung nakikita ko sa'yo, no, panghuli na. And to all of you watching and listening right now, we really have to be like, like this person.
Uy.
'Di ba? Or kung hindi naman katulad niya, at least man lang makakuha tayo or makakuha kayo ng something that would somehow inspire you to move on, to move forward, and to go on with your life. Especially if
Wow.
you are, what? Not inspired. 'Di ba? Okay, so ang dami na namang nagko-comment na basahin ulit natin yung mga comments
Si Doc
nila. So, I
Melanie may
love
mahabang comment.
those reading comments kasi. So, yan. Si Melanie, sabi ni Melanie, one thing ended for me sa relationship niya, but I had also a very good beginning. That is, I found employment here in Saudi as a lecturer in a university. Wow, congratulations to you, Melanie. And that ending paved way for this blessing. So I celebrate that ending. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up, Melanie.
Wow.
And sabi pa ni Melanie, you are blessed. Coach Jonas. Yes, he
Mm.
is. And Tita Aida, good
Amen.
evening. Good evening to you, Tita Aids.
Hi, Tita
Are you
Ida.
God's plan is the best plan? Yes, indeed, it is. Of
Amen.
course, John Michael de la Cruz. Hello po, mga Lodi. Yes.
Uy, from Nueva Ecija, may nanonood
From
from
Nueva
Nueva Ecija.
Ecija. Hello
Yeah, John
to mga
Michael de la
from Nueva
Cruz.
Ecija. Thank you,
Wow.
John Michael. All right, there you go. And I'm gonna show you some photos. And you have to let me know your insights, your initial thoughts. Diba? Pag nakita mo yung picture, Jonas, I want you to tell me your initial thoughts, yung una mong naisip dito sa picture
Okay.
na to. Okay, let's go. Let's see the first photo. Mm.
Scam. I'm just kidding. Okay. Looking forward. Excited for mine. Lord,
Ano, ano,
what's for
ano?
me? I'm
Ulit,
excited
ulit.
for what's mine. That's actually
Oh,
relationship. Yes.
yeah,
Looking
it's a
forward for mine.
relationship.
Claiming
Oh,
this year.
and you are waiting for yours.
Yes. Nainggit ako sa inyo. Ang sweet-sweet nyo ni Author Ariel eh. Nakaka-bless. Oo. Sana
Oo,
all. Yan ang unang naisip ko
sana
dyan sa
all.
mga paganyan pinky swear nila.
Wow, oo. Alam mo yung ganyang holding hands, parang ano pa lang yan eh. Yung nagkakahiyaan pa.
Ay, nako. Sana nga.
Okay, next photo please, Angel. Ooh, my favorite. So what is your initial thought on that?
Always see the brighter side of everything.
Wow.
Despite our difficulties, you look at the sun and you look at that there are blessings behind that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I agree. Next.
Oh my gosh, this is my life. I'm a voracious leader. I'm an editor, content editor, and I'm also book writing coach. So I love books. Book for me is the biggest, one of the best things God has invented.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
You
books.
know, siguro I want to expand more on the books, di ba? Kasi di ba I'm a Juris Doctor graduate. You know,
Uy,
sometimes
attorney.
nasusuka na ako makakita ng libro. Alam mo yun? There was a time in my life na parang ayoko na makakita ng book. Di ba kahit favorite ko yung na nagsulat, parang ayoko muna makakita. But then that was like years ago, no? Pero ngayon, syempre, I am inspired again to read more because, of course, because of you, because of Ariel.
Nakadalawa ko ngayon. Manuscript,
Ah,
ah.
talaga, oo,
Halos
yes.
everyday, dalawa, isa. Pero almost everyday, I'm really reading. Mm.
You know, for everybody watching right now, siguro every day, you try to read the book. No, kahit
Yeah.
siguro ano lang yung intro or 3 pages wide because you will learn a lot from the book.
Pag
Diba?
nasa
If you
sasakyan sila or pag nasa pila ng ATM,
Oo.
pila ng grocery,
Mm.
ganun ang ginagawa ko nung nasa Oman ako. Talagang natututo ako kung naka-standby lang. Blessing yan
Oo.
ang aklat.
Yeah, blessing ng aklat at blessing din ng mga K-drama. Di ba?
Sana
O, di ba?
all.
Oo, sana all. Oo. All right, next please.
Mm.
All right, there you
Mm.
go.
Oh, beautiful. Uh, at the end of the day, I mean, at the end of our lives, it matters on how we served other people. I think this is sunset. So, at the sunset of
Mhm.
our lives, I want you to reflect that you did a great job in this world if you served others.
Yeah. Serving others pa din. All right. Thank you so much, Jonas. Those are the photos. Why? Why I showed you those photos because those represents new beginning. Diba? Those represents like ending. It might, the flower might not bloom like that. Beautiful. Diba? You beautifully bloom like that. But pwede pa rin siyang mamunga ng maganda. And those are endings that precedes new beginnings, like the sunset. Sunset is the best example of beautiful ending. Tama ba, Jonas? Kasi
Yeah,
yun yung
yeah, I believe.
pinakamagandang parte, di ba? Pagpalubog na siya. And those are
Mm-mm.
endings and very, very beautiful. And of course, yung relationship that I showed to you. And I pray na sana makita mo na yung para sa'yo. May irereto kami sa'yo. Okay. Alright? So, yun yung relationship, di ba? Kahit na naghiwalay na kayo or kung ano man yung mga problema ninyo, still, there is somebody there na really meant for you. Okay? Flowers, sunset, relationships, and ano pa ba yung pinakita ko sa'yo? Yun, tatlo lang ba? Tatlo. Books, of
Books.
course, the books. So, ayan yung buhay nating lahat. Diba? Diyan tayo natuto sa mga libro. And don't stop learning. Never stop learning. Never stop reading. Okay? Alright. So, another comment here. Sabi dito, kind person. Mabait. Yan. Okay. Alright. So, there you go. Jonas, I'm going to give you a chance to promote your books, promote your events, kung ano yung mga upcoming events mo. Go.
Wow, thank you so much for this opportunity. I just want to share that the story I shared that my book is God Says No. And until today it still helps me a lot because whenever I encounter closed doors I flip the page and it always remind me that God has a beautiful plan for my life until
Mm.
today. Okay, I wrote my book God Says No, but I still encountered a lot of closed doors, but I believe that I wrote that book not only for others but also as my source of inspiration. It's like a Bible for me that I always get. So God Says No is my book, available, and also it's time to choose me for anyone who wants to pivot from being an employee to becoming a full-time, with your passion, maybe business, or maybe become a motivational speaker, I don't know, but it's time to choose me. It's finding God's purpose in my life. And also I offer a book writing program to those who are interested to write a book, publish a book. Please do connect with me and let's bless the world with your books and let's create your legacy. Thank you so much, Miss Mao, for
All
this
right, love
opportunity.
that. Let's create your legacy. Just contact Jonas, diba? If you want to become a motivational speaker or anything like that. Okay, Jonas. Now, for my trademark question, I've been with my season 3, and since season 1, this is my ending question. All right, are you ready?
For almost 3 years, I'm ready. About the question or about relate? Ah, okay.
Oh, yun na naman eh. Hugot na naman tayo eh. Okay, ayan. This is my question. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
To really serve. I want to visit the poorest of the poor. I want to conduct workshop and training, or just to help other people, encourage especially the poor, and just give maybe worth 1 billion of support and help.
Okay. All right. So service pa din po, no? Nawala si
Yeah,
Jonas.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Today, oh,
yeah, yeah.
he's back. All right.
Mhm.
There you go. If you will see to our viewers, no, if you can really hear him clearly, Jonas is a servant. Yun lang yung nakikita ko sa kanya. And being a servant of God, being the servant of people, being the servant of poorest of the poor, 'di ba? Yung mga mabababang tao, 'di ba? Kaya siya masyadong nabibless. And I know and I hope na naitawid namin sa inyo yung mensahe na yon for all of you who are watching right now. So there you go. Thank you so much, Jonas, and I'll see you in a while. I'll see you in a while. Okay, so there you go. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all my sponsors, Kayani for my supplement, and of course the Masterminds Institute Training and Development Services. If you wanted to achieve leadership growth, then please contact 8244-8409 for a leadership training. Okay, that's Masterminds Institute phone number 8244-8409. And I wanted to say thank you to the sponsors of my clothing. Of course, my husband, Ariel Tolentino. Thank you, Daddy, for every clothes that you are buying for me. Ayan. So maraming salamat. Okay, now, to share with you the key takeaways of tonight's topic, that endings can precede new beginnings. Yes, not all ending or every ending is really a for a new beginning. Kasi nga sabi nga natin kanina, sabi ni Jonas, 'di ba? It is always a blessing. Behind misfortune, there is always a blessing, because if it's not God's will, if it's not the plan of the Lord in your life, then it will never happen. So, number one, you have to acknowledge God's plan for you. Number two, if God closes the door, then you have to accept that. Number three, acknowledge your emotions. Hindi masamang umiyak, hindi masamang malungkot, hindi masama na daanan mo yung mga problem na dinadaanan mo. But then, sabi nga natin, you just go on. Diba? Daanan mo lang yon, but then move forward. Just like what Jonas did. And then at the end of the day, you will be the one to what? To be successful. You'll be the one to be happy. You will be the one to succeed in all that you wanted to do. Diba? Ang dami na nating pinagdaanan. Right? Ang dami na nating endings. And still, nandito pa din tayo bumabangon. So it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world kung ano man yung nararanasan mo ngayon, because sabi nga natin, maybe that purpose of yours, yung ending na nangyari sa'yo, is really an ending. 'Di ba? It served your purpose here on earth. Yung journey mo, tapos na yon. And you are meant for something else. You are meant for something better. You are born to be great. So claim that. All right? So there you go. And this has been your coach, Ma Tolentino, reminding you every day and always to live with value. And never ever let go of your dreams. Live your dreams. Have a great night, everyone. Bye. I'll see you again on Saturday.